This video explains the perpetual CPA pricing for tax planning service. Firstly, how to locate the pricing on the perpetual CPA website. Navigate to perpetualcpa.com, hover over services, click on pricing to get to our pricing service menu page. Scroll down about just below the middle of the page to the tax planning service table. The tax planning service comes in two flavors: the tax plan only and the tax plan plus implementation option. The tax plan only service is designed for clients who only want the blueprint, essentially just a plan that explains the tax strategies, and the clients then are responsible to implement those strategies on their own in order to achieve the tax savings. And the tax plan plus implementation option is for the clients who want the blueprint but also need assistance with putting those strategies into place so that they can actually realize the tax savings. The pricing is pretty transparent, so there are these selectors, so we'll turn both estimators on. The tax plan only has a floor and the ceiling for the service fee. So it starts at $3,500 and it maxes out at $9,500. The way this formula works, it is explained if you point at this question mark icon. Essentially, it's using up to 30% of the estimated tax savings. So, but it will not go above $9,500. So basically, if we do a tax plan for a client and we estimate that we will save at least $20,000 in tax strategy savings, then it will max out at $9,500. If it's anything below $20,000 in tax savings, then the fee will be somewhere between $9,500 and $3,500, depending on what it is. And the implementation portion does include the tax plan, but it also includes implementation because it takes time to implement strategies, whereas the tax plan only option is a one-time engagement. Basically, we produce a plan and that's it. With the tax plan plus implementation, it's a term engagement, meaning we work with clients over a 12-month period, and it's $1,000 per month for 12-month commitment. Each of the plan options by default include one business entity to be included in the plan, because normally the tax plan itself is generated at the taxpayer household level, and basically we can layer in business entities to generate additional strategies. So if clients have more than one business entity to be included in the plan, we can add additional ones. For example, for the tax plan only, it will add additional $1,000 to the service fee for each additional entity to be included in the plan beyond the one that's included by default. And for the term engagement, it's $300 per month for each additional entity to be included with tax plan plus implementation. Now, the main differences between the two flavors is the tax plan includes just the tax plan, and this section in here essentially explains what's included and what's not included. Additionally, each engagement for tax planning begins with a no obligation tax savings assessment. What we use for the assessment is the most recently prepared individual and business tax returns, and we use that as a baseline information where we layer in the tax strategies and produce the tax plan. At that point, we will produce the proposal for the client where we quantify the estimated tax savings. And at that point, the client has apples to apples comparison. So they essentially can see, oh, this tax plan is going to save me $25,000 in taxes. Is it worth paying $9,500 for it? Yes or no. They can make a decision on their own, and same with the implementation. Is it worth or not? So it's quantified specifically to help clients make the decision. If the clients decide they don't want to proceed after the initial assessment, then there is no obligation to continue. Now, the next to explain what's included in the tax plan. So these sections right here essentially explain the different types of strategies that we implement. So it includes a one-time tax plan report. So it's basically created once at the beginning of the engagement. The next couple of items explain the different strategies that we look at. We look at the deductions and create strategies for planning. And then we also look at legal entity optimization. So because most of the clients that we work with will have one or more business entities that they own or participate in or operate. So there are strategies that are layered at that entity level rather than the individual taxpayer level. And then the next couple items explain the resources that we rely on. Aside from the general Internal Revenue Code, there are also tax regulations and new tax laws that have been adopted in the last several years that we'll look at to make sure that the clients can take full advantage of those, as well as secondary sources like IRS court case references and other support positions. Beyond that, for the implementation flavor of the tax planning, it does include implementation of the tax strategies, which happens over the 12-month period. Because during the 12-month period, there will be at least one business and one individual tax preparation. We don't charge clients separately for that. We essentially bake that into the tax planning and implementation service. So essentially, during that 12-month engagement, we will also prepare a business tax return and an individual tax return for the clients at no additional charge. Essentially, because 12-month period is 4 quarters, during that 4-quarter period, we will also be doing more detailed actual income estimation of quarterly tax payments every quarter. We will also be splitting the tax strategies into quarterly batches. So essentially, each quarter we will work on a specific subset of tax strategies to implement, and in the next quarter we'll do it for the next subset, and so on. And this will last over the 4-quarter period. Additionally, every quarter we will have a one-on-one refresher meeting with the tax planning. And this is because things will change over the next 12-month period, right? So when a situation changes and the inputs change, this is the opportunity for clients to let us know so that we can refresh the tax plan and update the tax strategies accordingly. So we do this over a period of 4 quarters. And then lastly, we have an add-on that we include with all our active services. It's called Unlimited Online Support. There is a little bit more write-up on the details of it on our webpage, but in a nutshell, this is an email Q&A support for active clients who have general accounting, general taxation, or general business administration questions. The clients are welcome to email us as many times as they need to. And per our internal communication policy, we get back to clients within 3 business days in writing or sooner. That's it for the review of the tax planning service pricing. If you do have questions, please contact us at info@perpetualcpa.com. Thank you.